welcome into the Eric Zane Show podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures from right here in the Impact Power Sports studio. Impact Power Sports, you can find them online at impactpowersportsmi.com. That's the place to go when you want to get a Yamaha golf cart, the best in the business, either gas or propane powered, and you can customize them to your very specific needs when it comes to how you want them to look and that type of setup. You know, put a different set of wheels on it if you want, or just buy it off the store floor and off you go. They also have motorcycles, e-bikes, four-wheelers, side-by-sides, go-karts, snowmobiles, even lawnmowers. They are in Rockford, Michigan, sort of, east of the downtown, kind of in the middle of nowhere along 14 Mile Road. If you were watching the show, the start of the show, just like 90 seconds ago, you may have noticed I had what appears to be a dry erase marker, and I had the cap off, and I was drawing on my shirt like this. That's exactly what I was doing. So I didn't know that you could see me at that point in time. So that's hilarious. Why? Well, I noticed you can still see it. There's a spot that there's a little white spot there. And it's less obvious now because I colored it with dry erase marker. And Megan, oh, this is good. Megan says, I do that regularly. I got bleach on one of my favorite black hoodies. Yeah, I don't know if this is bleach. It might be snot or jizz. Well, it's probably not jizz because it wouldn't be mine. But Chris says, LOL, you covered it with a marker. So I was like, yeah, if that was there, if that little white spot, whatever it is, I would I'd be staring at it, and I don't want to do that. I need the utmost concentration today because at 8:12 this morning, Chris K sent me a text. I was busy doing my show on Q100 Michigan, you know, playing DJ. Actually, 8:10 a.m. Oh! Shots fired! Greg took a shot at our old pal Easy 807 today. And I wrote, how did it go? And then he told me. I don't want to say, because he did kind of tell me, so I don't want to read it to you because I'm going to play it. I went ahead and pulled it right away. Josh V also reached out and said, Easy, you took one on the nose today. So I was like, yes. So I'm excited to share it with you. This is outstanding. Went ahead and grabbed it. Let's see. I got to dig deep here. Where did I put that? Oh, of course, I'm going to fuck this up. There we go. Captures today.
Up driving.
Context. The Burn King was telling a story about doing his show, and he had mentioned before, jokingly to his family, that he's in show business. And I guess one of the kids had been, I don't know, I guess I don't know at all about doing like a show. And the kid said, yeah, I did 2 shows today too, Dad, because I guess this was on right after they had done one of those shows where they do a morning show and then a night show. And then the kid, I guess maybe the kid did a couple of live streams or something like that. But the kid said, hey, Dad, I can relate to what you're saying there. And then that's where this just flies in from left field. Bob indicated that the kid is in a drama club and is on the stage crew. So I guess that's the type that would like set up for the event. So the kid's like, yeah, I know what you mean. I had to set up twice, so that's hard. All right, thank you for that. And this is how it went when I
Up driving for a while, and I fall asleep, and I wake up and I go, man, I can't believe I just fell asleep while you were driving. I'm a terrible co-pilot. And she said, no, it's okay. You had a busy day. And I go, not that bad. She goes, yeah, yesterday was busy. You did 2 shows Friday. And from the back we hear, yeah, I did 2 shows yesterday. I never understood, but Dad, showbiz is tough.
Yeah.
That's right,
Okay,
man.
See, yeah.
Now I refer to our job as show business, like very tongue in cheek. Like to make a joke, like Kayla will say something like, oh, yeah, you've got that going on. I go, well, honey, it's important because it's show business.
Well, when you say that, you also have a top hat and a cane, and you do a little
Yes.
dance.
Well, that's showbiz, babe.
Right.
But he was serious as a heart attack. Yeah, man. Dad, I get it. Showbiz it's tough.
Finally have somebody who feels your pain.
somebody's on my side.
Yeah.
Someone can relate.
Tough to be in a household full of Seacrests.
Yeah, right. Especially since I'm such a Dunkelman.
Oh, you're not.
No. At least Dunkelman's classy. He doesn't sit in his kitchen bitching on a podcast about what he got fired from.
No.
Good morning, I'm Steve.
okay.
Since I'm such a Dunkelman.
Oh, you're not.
No. At least Dunkelman's classy. He doesn't sit in his kitchen bitching on a podcast about what he got fired from.
Okay. All right. There we go. I don't even know how to respond to that. I mean, I'm not really the type when this happens to like attack. I usually have to chew on it for a little bit. There's always a million and one other things that we can park on to make fun. Megan has a question. She says, "Who is Dunkelman?" Yeah, it's a little bit lost. Not everybody would get that reference. Dunkelman is the very first season of American Idol when you were a little girl, Megan. It was like Ryan Seacrest and then this guy Dunkelman. I don't even know his first name. I think. And then he went away. So I guess that's what I'm always interested in is how it creeps into his brain, because contextually he's focused on the story of the kid and the cute story about, I mean, it's fine. It was a fine story. Megan says, "Oh my God, I was in college." Well, you look younger. You always blow my mind with telling me that you're over 40. So there you go. You got that going for you. So I think when you break down the idea of in the middle of nowhere of his brain, there I am. And so I'm going to get it. And he's grabbing that in his brain and he's going to drop it into, somehow it's jogged his memory that he has to fire this one off. And I think that's very interesting to me. And there will be people who actually hear what I just said and said, "Well, easy. That is you. He is constantly in your head." And it's like, it's a little bit different because I'm absolutely leaning into it. It helps me make a living in reviewing that show. Make no mistake. But I'm not like talking about Iran and Israel and then suddenly dropping in free beer. I mean, I have on various topics over the years for sure, but it's especially unique with Greg, I think, because of, for the longest time, that never happened. And the fact that this happens on a pretty consistent basis now, and I've said this before, this helps me. So it's foolish, and I've said this too, at which isn't great for me to say. I've said it's foolish for them They gain nothing by blistering me, and I get everything. I actually benefit when they make those remarks. So I've said, this is stupid. Quit giving into those urges to lash out because it doesn't do anything, because you're really outgunned. You don't have the ability, because of the medium that you're in, to really let me have it. I mean, you can't talk frankly about the shit that either you know about me that the audience doesn't know. You don't have the ability to, speak with obscenities, or you're just not willing to, or something. Something's keeping you back, holding you back from doing that. So when you do it, it's all these kind of like little jabs, whatever. And then I play it immediately. I love to do that. I make no bones about it. It always pumps up my tires when I hear that I have been referenced on there. And I know they've heard me say what I just said. You don't need to do that. Your audience, all you're doing is satisfying a primal urge to lash out at me. There's not anybody going, yeah, you got him. Nobody cares. Now, if you really wanted to dig deep and go after me, there's plenty of things to break down. But again, be my guest. Please do it. Big Buddha 001 says, out of curiosity, have you ran into Greg or Chris in public in the last year or two? If so, was it cordial? No, I have not, and it would not be cordial. Come on now. Can you imagine if I was all phony-like, and after all of these beatdowns, I was like, hey, actually, that might be funny. Hey, how are you? Pooh Bear ran into Hot Wings. He was at the time dating some chick who was, according to Diana, looked exactly like his ex-wife, but not as pretty. And Hot Wings was very polite to her, to his credit. Yeah, he's harmless. Hot Wings would never have the urge. He might say something to me or just ignore me, but he was very, very kind to my wife. God, his wife was so beautiful, or is so beautiful. I mean, she's a marvel. She's older than me, and just an absolute babe. Alan says he's dating a smoke show now. Doesn't surprise me. How have you seen? Send me a pic if you could. Grab a screenshot and send it my way, Alan. I would love to see the sweet soul that he is wooing romantically now. Hot Wings lives by the golden rule. He does not really fuck with me. And so I don't fuck with him. Not that much. I mean, outside of like criticizing his inability to perform on that show, and that's merely an air check. And I've always told him that. Hot Wings, you suck. What the fuck is wrong with you? I did that to his face on the air for 2 decades. Or a decade and a half. But on a personal level, I have zero beef with Hot Wings, outside of the fact that he is literally useless on the radio. He is a nice guy. But I love that. That when Greg does that, he thinks he's got one on me. And it's like, dude, you are very, very outgunned here. You have no recourse. And I benefit very, very greatly when you do this. I don't know why you always don't resist the urge to talk about me. And they always happen in random moments, out of the blue. I was a little surprised that the rest of the crew didn't say anything. I wouldn't be surprised if Greg has said in the past, hey, I don't want to discuss them. Don't mention them. and then he then does it, which they're like, well, wait a minute. You told us not to do it. David said, I met Hot Wings back in the day. He was nicer than I expected. Greg is very affable and gregarious when you meet him, when you first meet him. It's only till you peel back the layers and then you realize you are fucked up and unlikable. All right, so there you go. Megan says Greg's a puss. He just should just say the shit out loud like you do. I can't really. I don't know if he's a puss or he's trying to like have his cake and eat it too. Gently needle me while not like saying me outright. You know, I think he also realizes that I do get some benefit by him talking about me. So perhaps that's it. Bob writes, I actually find Hot Wings entertaining on the show, though, occasionally. Yeah, but you got to really kind of, those moments are so few and far in between because his brain works in a way where he's going to bore you 2 tiers on regular interval. David in Hudsonville says he is so passive-aggressive, it's ridiculous. Bob says especially the consent zinger recently. I don't even recall what that is. I might even have talked about that, and I do not remember what you are talking about. Man Bun Chris says he mentions you at no gain to himself. You are in his head. Luke says to Free Beer, we've upgraded, Greg. We're above the garage now, bitch. Yeah. Come on now. Alan says that Hot Wings started it. I don't know if I'm smart enough to catch that. I think he started it.
Yes.
Really.
Tough to be in a household full of Seacrests.
Yeah, right. Especially since I'm such a Dunkelman.
Oh, you're not.
Okay, so he's, I get it. He's in a roundabout way, he's setting him up.
At least Dunkelman's classy. He doesn't sit in his kitchen bitching on a podcast about what he got fired from.
Yeah, it might have been okay just to leave Hot Wings, his reference to like lay there. But whatever. That's, again, this is all good. This is all good. I like it that they do that. All right. Piano Finger Banger says the only thing Hot Wings has done in 20 years of radio was the impression of a moth stuck in your ear. Rebecca says you couldn't pay me all the money in the world to date Greggy. I don't think he's interested. All right. But still, I get what you're saying. Outstanding work. And thank you to Josh and Chris K for tipping me off about Greg from the top. Greg and Hot Wings, I guess, from the top rope. You got me. What can I say? I wonder if they will ever have a day where they just really unpack one, like really wind up and go into depth as to maybe what we do here, attacking me, describing things that I may not have described with you, really letting me have it. And I'm telling you, nothing would make me happier. Like I want them to stop. Here I am, starved for attention to begin with, and you're literally giving me what I crave. Holy shit. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Last night was you can see the logo over my next to my head, the Michigan Rangers soccer game. Holy shit. I was out at Davenport University football stadium And it was about 100 degrees down on the field. Now, the team from Milwaukee, I should say from Wisconsin, Middleton, Wisconsin, what a pile of shit team these guys were. 15 minutes before the game starts, the Rangers get a phone call from that team, like the coach of the team. And they're like, yeah, hello? Yeah, where are you guys? What? And he's a foreign dude. He's a foreign dude who, like, he doesn't understand the things that we say in our culture because Man Bun Chris earlier had seen the guy and walked up to him. Hey, what's up? And the guy started looking up. He's like, what's up? What do you mean? What's up? What's up? And he's like, oh, you fucking idiot. Jesus. The moron was at the auxiliary field. The team has 2 stadiums funded by Saudi money and Qatari money. And he's at the auxiliary field. And so Chris, Man Bun Chris, is like, dickhead, we're at the stadium. Check your email, coach. We sent the address on Sunday. So he has to load everybody up in the horse and wagon and haul ass to the stadium. Game's getting ready to start in like 8 minutes. And then these assholes are doing their warm-ups, just getting to the field. It was a disaster. And I don't know what's going on, but when they made the team, I think they were looking for some of the smallest people that have ever played soccer because when the game is going on, one of the youth leagues, in this case, the kids born in 2016 are the ball boys and ball girls. And so we've got 2016 girls that when the ball goes out, they got a ball and they throw it so that the game can quickly resume after an out of bounds. And the ball girls were bigger than the Milwaukee or the Wisconsin Conquerors. There was nothing conquering about the Wisconsin Conquerors. And then they've got this lanky fucking guy who looks like a beet farmer on defense with this absurd haircut. He was like a big, slow, ugly white gorilla. And he stood out because he was tall. And the rest of the team they're all little buddies. And I said to Man Bun Chris in the press box, I go, look at that fucker on defense. And the guy couldn't run at all. It's like his legs were in concrete when he ran. And then I forgot who said it. If it was Man Bun Chris or me, suggested that he looks like Dwight's brother, Mose, from The Office. Was it Dwight's brother or Dwight's cousin? Because he's got this bull haircut and he looked like shit. Okay? Oh, God damn. It is his cousin. And so our guys will be, and we ended up winning 5-0. And boy, the first half, we were only up 1-0. And then they only had a couple of subs, and one of their players got hurt. Actually, 2 of their players got hurt. One had a bloody nose. He came back in the game. So they were undermanned, couldn't even get to the right facility. And the defenseman, Mose, and every time he's near the ball, we're shouting out, Mose, Mose! And late in the game, one of our little buddies on our team, because we've got a few little buddies too. I think it was Cesar. Was it Cesar Martinez who got into it with Mose? Or was it Liam Kervick? I can't remember. They're both cutie patooties. But Mose got fucking pissed about something. So this asshole, late in the game, we're into extra time. It's like a minute and a half maybe in the game. We're winning 5-0, and Mose cracks. And he goes after little buddy. He's running in molasses. He's like that scene. He's running like Remember Happy Gilmore, that big giant guy that was like wanting to kill everybody that was running after Shooter? That's how this asshole runs, all this wasted movement, like his head's going all over the place, his legs are everywhere. He looks like fuck. And he goes running up to our little buddy and just like smashes into him with his body. And our guy goes flying. And the ref comes. You wouldn't have believed this ref. He was all jacked. And the ref was like, oh, fuck, this is going to blow up. And he immediately whips out a yellow and he's hold on, break it up, because there was going to be a fight. But they went after it and were able to like quell the savage beast. That is Mose. Alan, could you send that on email? Because I struggle any other way. I don't know how you sent it to me. Alan sent me something that I want to share. Eric at ericzaneshow.com. I'm struggling. I'll end up wasting too much time trying to get it on the usual spot that you send that pic. I want to see the smoke show that Hot Wings is dating. Everybody wants to see the smoke show that Hot Wings is dating. All right, so then that happened. And earlier in the game, though, when it was only 1-0, the head coach of the Michigan Rangers is Stuart Collins. Now, he works closely with Man Bun Chris. But, wow, I guess this was an awkward moment. He's down on the field, and there's, 80 rows of stands packed with people. There's probably 5,000 people there, standing room only. They're doing their soccer chants. It's crazy. When it's a warm game like this, they have a mandatory water break where you got to stop. Everybody has to drink. If you don't drink a bunch of water, they kick you out of the game. So Chris, just before that, says, hey, what song should I play that has to do with water? And we settled on TLC with Waterfall. So we start hearing the song. But the coach is taking that time to bitch at the players. Was it in the water stop? Or was it in the halftime? No, it was the water stop. And at that time, a coach is bitching at the players about how shitty they're playing. But he couldn't really, he didn't like competing with the song Waterfall by TLC because it was playing on loudspeakers. So he gets pissed and screams from the field up at Chris, and he's Irish, turn off the bloody music. I don't even know if that's Irish accent. He screams it, and everybody's like, oh, God. And so that was weird. This pissed off Irishman screaming from the top of his lungs. God damn. Let's see. Okay. Alan sent it. I have got to get this. I gotta edit out the child in this picture here. I don't want to share I'm glad I did this because if I just did it sight unseen and edit out her name, let's see. Here we go. Let us email that to Eric at ericzaneshow.com. How do you find something like this, by the way, Alan? I'm curious how you do that. You must be some kind of stalker to find something like that. All right. Let's see. I don't even know if I can get it. Can you see it? I think you can see it. Hell, I don't know. Probably best. I'll come back to that. Alan's just like, God damn you, motherfucker. Alan says he's posted a lot of stories with her. Okay, so he's fully out. They are fully out of the closet. But you're right. She's very, very pretty. Not as pretty as his ex-wife. Let's see. Anything else from the soccer game? Easy. I'm racking my brain, trying to come up with anything else. We had a Spanish lesson with Mario. He's awesome. But no, that's it. I don't have anything else interesting from the game. They ended up winning 5-0. I'll let you know when the next game is so that you can get tickets early because they were turning people away at the door. You could have seen the game on ESPN Deportes and ESPN Qatar if you had those. Outstanding. For those of you that are enjoying this show on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, I'm going to kick you out. The rest of it is available on Twitch. You got to go to twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Please follow the page so that you know when I go live. And there you go. Also, just download the Twitch app and search at Eric Zane Live, and you'll have that. I have another platform, too. That is, of course, Patreon, where tonight we will be doing a Big Fraud Wednesday where we will have further discussion about Free Beer's Dunkelman crying in the kitchen crack. Ben Glaze and I will break that down. Plus, I have been tipped off that Ben Glaze is going to do a deep dive on the segment from this week's show titled Nonchalant Animal Impressions. Now, I heard the segment too. Ben Glaze then was witness to it. And he's like, holy shit, this is a doozy. This one was so bad that Greg was a little bit flustered with how bad it went, admitted such, and read a kind of like a message. It definitely was a message from an audience member who wrote something terrible to them about the quality of the segment. Now, they laughed it off, but fuck, I think he actually had a little bit of a realization of just the like a dose of reality, maybe some clarity about just how fucking shitty the segment was. Maitland brought it up. It was her idea, and that's not a good thing. Maitland does not have the wits or the ability to deliver on any segment. This is probably one of the sweetest people. Just seems like she's sweetest and lovely young lady who is excruciatingly dumb and sure as fuck has no business being near any microphone ever. Yet, all of the, what is the term that you guys use for incel? Isn't an incel a person who is involuntarily celibate because no one will have sex with them? Am I getting that right? The large number of incels that are on their show, like the LARPers, the neckbeards, the Pokemon Go enthusiasts, morbidly obese, and really ugly, that make up 99.5% of their audience, love her. They're like, oh my God, she is so funny. She is great. Oh man, she is just so full of wit. Really, really bad. They love her, but man, she's a huge pile of shit when it comes to ability to perform any type of, content delivery. Alan is checking in. He sent me another clip. He wrote, "You can't call her a bitch, you asshole." He sent it subject, "Hot Wings bitch." Come on, man. Oh, she's lovely. She is lovely. Very nice. I'm happy for him. I hope it works out. You know, unfortunately, though, most of the time, he wears out his welcome. This is I'm a man that I'm just calling it what it is destined to be lonely, because once you get past the amazing hair and the handsome face, you still have probably one of the worst communicators with what may be one of the most broken brains on the planet. Jeremy with a harsh comment about that lovely lady, whoever that was. I think she's beautiful. Jeremy says Conehead is unfortunate. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Jesus Christ. You know, there comes a time when you can take a run at somebody. And I don't think this is it. Phil Cronin is here. God damn it. That makes me sit up taller in the chair. He says, she's hot. She looks like the one chick on Ted Lasso. Rebecca says, is Hot Wings a clingy, insecure person? No. Bob says, kind of cute. The friend is hotter, though. I haven't, the level that I know Hot Wings on, I can't really speak to what could be the true reason why he's going to be alone for the rest of his life. I can only wonder. I know that when he was married, his beloved ex-wife, who is just an absolute angel, the conversations with Diana were constantly about, Jesus Christ, you guys are doing what? Yeah. Eric told me that this is happening. It was like a conversation show-wise that kind of like infiltrated our personal lives. And then Wings X would be like, well, God damn it, he never tells me anything. He just doesn't communicate. And now that's on brand. He's a closed book about everything. And as we all know, intensely boring. Zero charisma. None. Asshole Allen writes, in my defense, I only called her a bitch because everyone knows that she's his property now. I think you're making it worse, Allen, frankly. Cole writes, do you have details on why either one got divorced? Did their wives les out with each other or something? I can't speak to that. I did hear one detail that I am not at liberty to say because it would open me up to a legal conundrum, shall I say, if I did speak to that. But the way it went, what I was told, came from a fellow by the name of Ross. And Ross used to be married to Kelly Cheese. And Kelly Cheese works with Free Beer, who is pretty close with the Burn King. So when the divorce went down, safe to say, Kelly Cheese got the inside scoop, who then told her boyfriend / husband, Ross, who eventually told me. But I'm no dummy. That's locked in my brain. That is not for public knowledge and information. And the only reason why I wouldn't say it is that. And I like his ex-wife. She was cool. Greg's ex-wife, in hindsight, the hippy-dippy shit may have been brought on by just her expansive ability to express herself. I don't know. But considering that they split, her and I have that in common. But I do not know that. I do know this, too. When there was a comment that was made by Greg's wife to a person that I deal with professionally. And it got back to me. That is telling, but no. Fuck that. There's no way. So you can just sit on those blue balls, chat and audience members. I'm not saying shit. Anything about Hot Wings ex-wife, not a thing. I know nothing. Grownbone says Juno Temple. That's the Ted Lasso character. Grownbone says, if you need Melfi, let me know. Grownbone and I have the same attorney, and his name is Melfi. Cole says you should interview their ex-wives. I would absolutely. Actually, I wouldn't. I would only record it because if they said anything that could get me sued, I would want to be able to edit that out. Grownbone says, I love that you just called us chat. Piano Fingerbanger says, wasn't Hot Wings divorced for like a year before anyone knew about it? I've heard that mentioned. I couldn't tell you. Again, closed book. He's very, very buttoned up. I'm surprised he's even showing what the significant other looks like because he knows full well that I will use that, which I have today. Chat with both ex-wives, sell the video on Patreon for $500. Yeah, I definitely would put a price tag on it, and I'd pay them for joining me, too. Because I can guarantee you it would make a lot of money. Boy, I went down the road of, in fact, kicking you guys out of here, but I never did do it. So thank you so much for being here. Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Join us on Patreon for free at patreon.com/Eric Zane. Sign up for the 7 days free right now, and you can get me live today at 6 p.m. along with Ben Glaze doing Who Are These Free Beers and doing the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. All you have to do is sign up for 7 days free. You do need a credit card when you do that, but go ahead and cancel it right after. That way I won't inadvertently charge you. Then you get the 7 days, and then it just ends, and nobody's charged, and everybody walks away happy. Or if you're like, listen, I can get behind this. I like the show. I want to give EZ $5 or $10 a month. That platform is powered only by your dollars and cents. No sponsors whatsoever. And there's new content 5 days a week, sometimes 6, sometimes 7. At patreon.com/Eric Zane, over and above what I do every day right here. You can email me on the Shoreliners Striping inbox, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Stripe the parking lot or the athletic field with Shoreliners. Thank you very much.